All right, today guys, we're gonna do the old-fashioned equipment shuffle, and you're gonna wanna stay tuned because I got a few updates and a couple surprises along the way. Well, as crazy as it sounds, guys, we're going to start the day off doing something we don't do very often, and that is moving equipment on Plan B and the C&E 500. That is usually Captain Kleeman's job, but he is working today, and we got to get moving. I actually hauled this in off the basement dig job. It just made more sense to haul that in on Plan B. I actually hauled my pickup truck and the D4 back on the other truck. So, as you guys can see, the building has been working out absolutely awesome. I'm still not regretting the size. So far it's been plenty big. Like I said, most of my equipment don't sit down here, but we are going to make a few small upgrades to it. I actually got an electrician coming, and we're going to install some lights. It's been getting dark about 5 o'clock now, and I think just having some lights in here would be convenient. And we're going to put a couple receptacles down the wall so we can plug in the block heaters on the trucks as it gets a little bit cooler, because this thing right here, it's a little bit aggravating and ornery to start when it gets cold. I don't know if the block heater, grid heater on it's not working or what, but anyways, let's get this Jewel fired up and get her building air. Then we'll get the other truck fired up because we're not going very far with this one. So see if she'll crank this morning. It's a little cold this morning, but I don't think it's too cold she won't start. Come on, baby. Oh yes. All right, one down, one to go. All right, if everything goes as planned, we should be back with this truck pretty quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this one up, get it warming up. That one's noisy. This thing here is pretty reliable. She usually fires right off. All right, let's get this Jill backed out of here. It's actually a pretty nice morning. We got quite a bit of rain yesterday. A little bit too wet to work, but we'll get everything moved into place, so we'll be ready to go as soon as this sun gets everything dried out. I think we've got a couple pretty nice days. Excuse me. A couple pretty nice days ahead of us. The old C&E 500 will move the 140, but let me tell you, that is about all she wants, folks. That's about all she wants. She does good. But I wouldn't want to haul a whole lot more. And we're off. Up and over the hill. Gonna pull in the driveway here. I think I'm just gonna pull in straight. Easier to unload. Some of you guys may recognize this place. This is where we were at almost exactly a year ago, putting in the basement for the house, putting in the septic. So what are we doing here now? Stay tuned. I'll give you a little hint of what we're doing. 850J is already hauled in, D4 is already hauled in, and we are going to bring in the other 850 here. That's part of the haul we got to do today. And I think I even mentioned it in a past video, so see what goes. This is the only trailer I've got left that don't have the speed binders on it. Still got the old school dinosaur binders. Don't get me wrong, they work. But man, oh, there's a hole there. It sure is convenient having the other style. I've yet had a dead battery that didn't get me out of there. Hold on. You guys stay right there. Don't fall off. Oh, come on. Now what? I've never had the other binders fail me yet. Ramp. Should be nice and fun unloading this off a wet deck here later. All right, see if we can climb in this jewel without busting our butt. Everything's a little wet and slickery this morning. All right, get this thing cranked off. All right, you guys hang on up there. I got a feeling we're gonna go for a little bit of a slide here. That trailer deck, it's definitely a little bit on the wet side. Here we go. Nice and easy. Hang on there. Oh, we're sliding. We made it. Well, like the other trailer. All right, a little bit of excitement, but safely unloaded. We got the Volvo here. We got the D4G here. We got the 850J here. And if you guys look close, you'll notice this is the one without Dirt Perfect stickers on it. So let me go get the 850B. We'll come back here. I'll explain to you what's going on with this machine and what's going on with this job. But first off, we need to get turned around out of the driveway. All right, I'm gonna take my chances on this yard being solid enough up here. We can back off into it and not get stuck. If we make a rut or two, that's not the end of the world, because we're actually gonna be redoing the majority of this yard. So here goes nothing. First drop of the morning complete. 140 is where it belongs. I believe we're going to head back to the lot, switch trucks, and probably go after the 120 next. All right, somewhere in our adventures today, we have got to stop by and get the 850B. If you guys remember right, we had a little battery issue where we had a little fire. So we got to take some new batteries along with us. Hopefully we can get it fired up and good enough to get on the trailer, get closer back here to the shop. Let me tell you, batteries are like everything else right now, expensive and hard to come by. It's a bit ridiculous. But most importantly, I got me some new battery hold downs. All right, got the battery strapped down, grabbed a handful of tools and some other odds and ends things we may or may not need. Let's roll on out. Man, the sun went in. It's getting a little bit cool. Field right here, guys, that is actually the field we cleaned all of the cedar trees out of this spring. Pretty cool video come out of there. Chris just got it harvested. I think he said it was one of his best yielding soybean fields he's had this year, so that was definitely a worthwhile investment for him and worked out pretty good. All right, we're pulling up down here where Farmer Chris got the combine stuck. That is where the 120 is still at, and I think pulling in this road is just not going to be an option. It is just too wet. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to unhook on this side of the road. The problem with this trailer is once you get it unhooked, you have no lights on the back of it no more. So I put this truck here, turn the lights on here. By putting this truck here, I can turn on my lights on, pull it up, at least somebody will see it. More likely they'll see the back of this trailer. I think that's the safer of the two moves. Either way, we're gonna go fast here. I don't want to spend any more time on the side of the road. We have to. Going down. Hey, the batteries made it. Truck's working. It's hard to do one-handed. All right, let's pull this truck up out of the way. Get our hoses in here so we don't run over them. It's getting a little cooler out there, and this thing needs cleaned out. All right, fire in the hole. Like clockwork. Don't like loading on the road, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Don't like getting hung up either, so lesser of two evils at this point. This track on bucket setup, it works pretty good. Set this bucket down on the deck. Got a car coming here. Set this bucket down on the deck, I can kind of pull up to it, tuck it in between the tracks here. Set this bucket down like so. Got a bunch of batteries. I think we're gonna miss them all. Go double check. Oh yeah, we're gonna miss them. Let that boom down the rest of the way. For the second night working in the highway, there's a county road right down there. I'm gonna go ahead and get a hitch back up, back this thing down. We'll back off on that county road down there, get chained up and everything done down there. That way we're not staying out here on the road blocking traffic, and minimize our chances of getting hit, because that would make for a very bad Friday. Well, moment of truth, did you get it? Oh yes, getting pretty efficient at this. See something coming back there, holler real loud. We're going backwards. The county road, can we get back in there now? And you get that trailer turned sideways, it flexes so much more than my old one. You know what? We made it. First try. All right, didn't get any video getting chained down. Of course, I backed into the county road and 3 or 4 people went in or out. It turned into a whole big thing. But we are chained and we are ready to roll. So that's that. This is where we're going. I don't know if you guys can see, but Wade's sister, Logger Wade's sister, actually lives up here on top of the hill. There's a pretty good little climb getting up through there. I don't know if we're going to go all the way to the top of the semi or not, but let's go up here and evaluate what we got. We'll get a plan from there. Part of me wants to try just for the challenge of it, then the other part of me thinks you're by yourself, and if you get stuck, you're really going to be screwed. And then the other part of me thinks, but that'd be a good video. And then the other part of me thinks, we ain't got time for that today. I don't know what to do. I may regret this, but I think we can make it. Gravel's packed pretty good. It's only steep for a little bit there. I do have the excavator pulled pretty far forward because of the batteries on there, which puts a lot of weight on the drive tires. Let's try it. Come on, puppy dog, don't let me down now. I do know if we make it to the top, there's a pretty good place to unload up here, so here we go. Made it. Well, that ended up being a success. Can't complain about that. Oh man, I forgot to turn my air on. Still gotta get in the habit of doing that. Anybody ever wonders how this works? Oh, it went up. Sometimes I explain in the past, these are transport locks right here. We got these great big cylinders in here, so whenever I go to raise this up, it pushes on those cylinders, pull this valve, those suck in, and then those cylinders will allow the trailer to go down. I gotta watch my feet so I don't sit on my feet here. Snap, crackle, pop. And then this cylinder here operates that little lever that goes down, sits on the frame, and basically holds that neck up so we can pull away from it. That's simple. Oh, easy now. Fired up and ready to go. Back up a little bit here and we'll grab this other bucket. So I'll show you guys on the way out of here. Like I said, this is where Wade's sister, brother-in-law, and actually cousins are building houses down there. We got a couple thousand feet of utilities to install up here for them, and some of it's going to be pretty difficult through rock. I may have some surprise attachments coming to help us deal with this a little bit, but it'll probably be a couple of weeks before we're up here. But this machine's in the neighborhood. I'm just kind of getting stuff moved today, so I'm gonna go ahead and get her set off here. That way, whenever the time comes, the machine's already set in here. It's the beauty of having multiple different machines, I guess. You can kind of get everything staged around on a rain day, so whenever the weather's right, you can go. What are you scratching around there for, window? We don't need that, do we? All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is electric here. I think electric's gonna be pretty straightforward, but the second thing we're gonna do is water, and that's gonna be anything but straightforward. So let's get unloaded and roll out of here. All right, let's get this beauty hooked back up, and then the next victim, I believe, is gonna be the 850B. We get it. Looks good. Pull this button out as long as that pin falls down that hole. Oh yes, nailed it. Slowly getting pretty efficient at this. So now we will raise up that arm. We'll extend these cylinders back out, which will raise the deck. Our transport lock should pop out. Hook the hoses up and we're good to go. All right, before we leave, we're going to do one thing in particular. You guys really seem to like the Dirt Perfect logos on the 850J. Highly suggested I put them on the rest of the equipment. If there's one piece of equipment that's the most deserving in the fleet, it is this one. So let's get her stickered up. We're gonna blame that on Captain Kleeman. Can you guys see it? These are some big old stickers. Didn't bring any extra, so I hope we don't screw this up. Very nice. Oh, Poochie, how are you? There you go. I'll have to admit, it does look pretty good. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna cover up part of the phone number there, but that is the original Simon's Concrete and Excavating sticker. I put that on there right after I bought this machine, and believe it or not, she is still there, but we're gonna update her with the Dirt Perfect and go right over top of her. I tried to get that old sticker off, but I don't think she's coming off. Might have to go over top of it. It's a good one. Yep, well, we'll do more harm than good, so. Hopefully this sticker lasts just as long as the last one. Man, it's amazing just how much a sticker can change the look of a machine. I like it. I like it a lot. It's time to get out of here. How you doing, buddy? Jason, I feel like Elvis is still in the building.
He hasn't left the building, but he's right on the edge.
He's getting close.
He's been on a pallet, yeah. No, he's somewhere to get picked up.
Is he?
We got a customer coming to pick up.
So are you gonna claim your title as Wade's brother-in-law?
Are we live?
So you guys don't know, Jason, you pretty much travel the country carving, don't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where they find you at Bear Hollow?
Yeah, Bear Hollow. We're based out of French Lick there, but we're in about 22 states in a year's time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Incredible carvings. They're awesome. So, all right. I'd love to sit and admire your work, but I got equipment to move.
Man, I know. I get my dog out here.
We were friends a minute ago. Well, get back up on the road here. I think we'll be on the home stretch, boys and girls. You got a drag bottom? Come on, baby. Oh yeah, we got her. We got her. All right, so Jason's son and his wife are gonna build a lot here, so we gotta run water and electric to this lot. His daughter is already building a house down here. We still gotta get water and electric to that lot, and actually may have to put septic in for both of them. Electric's already up here, obviously, because they live up here, but we gotta, so it'll be pretty easy coming across the top of the hill. But the water, on the other hand, we have got to come up this steep hill here. We come in, and we got to go over a rock ledge. So that's going to be a little bit of a different story. Down here a little bit closer, I'll kind of show you guys. Well, we've outspun her out coming up the hill. We made her. This is actually a rock ledge they carved through with a dozer years ago just to get the house in here. I think that's very similar rock to what we ran into over a match where we can rip it and dig it. But it's gonna be interesting. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna go pick up the 850 next. It's at Matt's house, which is like literally just on the other side of this hill. So we're gonna see if we can make a few turns, get out of here. Whoa, hang on there. Oh boy. It's definitely not set up for big trucks, that's for sure. Going this way, folks, going this way. I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. All right, let's head to Matt's and get loaded. As bad as it looks because we got this big parking lot we can kind of cut across, which helps out quite a bit. Just gets a little bit steep up there towards the top, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. These were going up empty and not loaded. Getting to the steep part here. Hopefully we make it. I think the pavement's dry enough, we should. All right, successfully made it. Oh my goodness, you'd think I'd remember air. Can't remember air for some reason. Guess I'm too worried about rolling off this mountain. Oh yeah, spin come up. I'm gonna get unhooked and we're gonna have to get those batteries thrown in there and hope that thing starts. It'd probably be smart to make sure it starts before I disconnect the trailer, but I'm in a rhythm. Yeah, just in case anybody's wondering, the batteries are not light. Oh, should I eat my Wheaties? Well, the good news is the job looks absolutely awesome. I think Matt's got a little seat out there. Just got to get a little straw on her yet, but it definitely cleaned up nice. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Here's my plan. I purposely bought these ratchet straps because the green part right there is short, which makes this part here not as tall as the battery. I think I'm going to drill a few holes so they'll lock into this slot right here. Can you guys see that down there? I'm trying to do this one-handed. They'll lock into that slot down there, and this part won't be on top of the battery, because if it's on top of the battery, it actually hits the bottom of the seat. This will be our new restraint system, so if this comes loose, in theory, it shouldn't arc out like the other one did. So let's see how this theory works out. All right, check out that beauty. I ended up just drilling a hole on that one side. And I'll just put this one here hooked on the side. Everything's strapped down, ready to go. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you get the old Baconator rigged up?
you ready to see if she'll start?
I have faith in you.
You're just in time to help chain down. Here we go. Come on, baby. That's a big nothing. Oh, safety. Safety first. She's alive! All right, in case you guys are wondering what the third battery's for, I actually replaced the battery in the compactor here. It's getting a little hard to start when it's cold. It's cranking hard. Not 100% for sure that's the problem. I think the starter may be getting a little bit weak too, but we can always jump it and get her to kick over with a little extra amperage. So see if she kicks here. It's better. I think we still got a starter in our future, but let's get this thing moved out of our way so we can get the dozer loaded up. Oh boy. All right, make sure we got all of our tools picked up here. Pieces and parts. Yeah, she got a little toasty, boys. Get this thing loaded. It don't seem to matter as much on the lighter equipment, but this heavier equipment, that trailer flexes quite a bit when you go to pick it up, and it actually makes your chains a little bit loose. I found that it's better to get the trailer hooked up before you chain down. That way you don't have to go around and retighten all your chains. So let's get the truck backed up here, get it hooked up, get it lifted. I'll see if I can kind of show you guys that deflection a little bit, then we'll get her chained down. We're getting good. We're almost 3 for 3 on professional truck driving today. I'll set you guys down here, see if you kind of watch that trailer flex as I go and pick it up. You should feel sorry for me this morning.
Why? I never feel sorry for you.
I had to haul the 140 on the other trailer and I had to use the dinosaur binders.
You didn't have to. You just didn't want to make an extra trip.
All right, get this thing chained down. We gotta get her flagged. We'll get out of here. All right, Matt's getting the last couple binders on. We're gonna get our oversized load stuff on. This is the widest thing we haul. We're right at 12'4". This system here has been working pretty good. The things.
Yeah.
What are you working in, Crocs?
Dude, I just got back from hunting. I wasn't supposed to be working today, but I'm helping my buddy out. You know? Trying to make sure you don't have to cry about anything else.
I should be the last person to make fun of you for wearing Crocs.
I know that. But yeah, I'm wearing Crocs.
All right, let's get this thing flagged and get out of here.
Hey, guess what? Crocs and socks.
All right, boys and girls, we are ready for another road trip. See if we can get out of here without dragging up too bad. I did drop that third axle back there because we got a little extra weight on this to go around, so a little bit of hump in the thing here. Oh, I think we're gonna make it. No issues at all. And just like that, boys and girls, we are rolling out of here. This thing is actually going to the same location we dropped the 140 off and where the 850J is at. So whenever we get there and get unloaded, I will explain to you what's going on with the other 850J and what job we got in store. So let's hammer down. Not gonna lie, the weather has taken a turn to the nasty side, and what you guys can't tell is that rain is cold. Cold. I don't know what happened. It was beautiful like 2 hours ago. We're gonna see if we can sneak on down there and get this one unloaded even if we get wet, so hold in a derby. All right, we're back where we started this morning. The rain has kind of slowed down a little bit. We're gonna try to get backed up in there and get unloaded real quick. Never anybody around till you go to back in the driveway. There's about 20 freaking cars come by. All right, let's get this thing shoved up in the hole and off the road here. Kind of in a bad spot. All right, that rain we drove through is coming towards us, so I'm gonna get this thing unloaded real quick and get it on the ground before we get too wet. All right, it's probably hard to tell with the visor on the truck, but it's actually raining pretty good. That little rainstorm we drove through has followed us here, but stay tuned. I'm gonna head down to the lot, switch vehicles, and run a few errands, and then I'll come back up here and explain to you guys what's going on with this job. Should be a pretty cool job, and what's going on with the 850J. So anyways, kind of a bad spot to pull out here. All right, we're rolling. Anyways, let's wait out this rain. Give me just a second here. We'll come back up and that's supposed to the mailbox. Come back up and show you what's going on. It is raining. Back to the lot just in the nick of time. It is coming down out there. I don't know how it's not snow because it is cold. Man, it is cold. Anyways, let this pass. We'll head back up there. I promise. I promise. All right, guys, we are back. The rain has stopped. The sun is starting to come out again. It has definitely gotten colder. We're gonna try to get this old beauty stickered up, rightfully so. What do you think, high or low? I think we're gonna go a little bit high and cover up that old logo from somebody that's on there. I like it right there. Keep in mind we're doing this because you guys have commented on the other videos about how much you like it. I will have to admit, it does add a little bit extra character to the old pieces of equipment. It looks pretty sharp on video. Like it. I know you guys probably can't see from where you're at, but I thought about putting it right here. But if the door's open, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. So I think we're gonna go back to the more conventional location, kind of similar to what we did on the old 120. Right about, kind of try to center it up on that door handle a little bit. That don't look too horrible. Nice. Well, there's no mistaking who this one belongs to now. Let you guys get a little sneak peek over there. Like it. All right, I've been kind of playing around with the D4G a little bit, and there's just not a good spot to stick the big sticker. It just takes up too much room and it's gonna cover everything up. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Since it's the small dozer, we're just gonna put the small sticker on it. That makes perfect sense, right? I think we're gonna double down, put 2 on each side. Put 1 right back here. And we'll put 1. What do you guys think? Need to put it here? I think we're gonna put it all the way up front, like right there. 1 on each end. Wind has got stuff blowing everywhere. I don't look too shabby. Just not a good place for the big sticker on there. All right, we got 1 thing left. All right, guys, here's the deal. This is the 850J that Clint set down with the new engine in it for us to run and test out a little bit. And as you guys could probably tell in those videos, I was kind of falling in love with it. It is a much nicer dozer. I got a hold of Clint and kind of asked him what options we had as far as trading in the other one and what the difference and stuff will be. And Clint took care of me. He knew I was in love with the dozer, and he made sure I could keep this thing. So, with that being said, the other 850J is gone. And this is the new 850J. We're gonna get it stickered up. We're gonna put this sticker in a little different location. Before I put it up on the engine cover, it didn't quite fit right. It looked okay, but not the best. So I actually took the John Deere sticker off. We're gonna put this one right back here. I'm gonna have to trim it just a little bit to fit over there, but I like it. I think it's a lot more visible back there. It's just my opinion, but it's ours now. Well, there you have it, guys. The majority of the fleet is now stickered. Got the other side of the 850B done, other side of the 850J done. I think this side turned out a little bit better. Got a little crease right there I need to work out here in a minute. Other side of the D4 done. And finally, the other side of the Volvo done. I ended up moving that one forward because it wouldn't quite fit back here as nicely as what it did right there, but I think that looks pretty sharp right there. As far as what's going here, guys, if you remember from some past videos, or if you guys follow Mr. Millennial's channel, we are going to attempt to build a lake here. This is going to be our last large dirt work project of the year if we can get it in with the weather. As you guys can tell today, it's been raining. We did dig some test holes here. We do know we have some shallow rock. This is probably not going to be a real deep one, but we do have a pretty good volume of dirt we can get to get this up. We do have some restrictions with the septic system and the highway offset, but I still think we can get probably an acre and a half, maybe an acre and 3/4 lake in there. But first things first, we're actually going to take a bunch of dirt and push up around the house. So stay tuned for that. As far as the new 850J goes, it is officially mine. I do own it. The other one is gone, but that's not the end of the story. There's still a little bit more to come on that, so you're definitely going to have to stay tuned for that. But guys, that's going to be a wrap on this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give her a big thumbs up. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of the other craziness or projects, consider subscribing. Either way, guys, hope we catch you on the next one. Real quick before we wrap this one up, guys, one thing I forgot to mention in the video is a huge thanks and shout out to Clint and the team up at CNC Equipment. If you guys are in the market for any high quality used equipment, highly suggest you check out their website, see what they got in stock up there, because I can guarantee you it's probably some pretty good stuff. And Clint also has a YouTube channel himself. They're doing some pretty awesome builds, something kind of similar to the Lieutenant Dan build up there. So I'll link it down below. Check out Clint CNC Equipment's website and YouTube channel, and tell them thanks. Tell them thanks for taking care of Old Dirt Perfect, because we appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next one.